Hello, travelers of the internet! Welcome back to Guardian Studios! Or if you're new to the channel, hey there and welcome to you. My name is JGuard01, and I am your host, your guide, and your humble bard into the world's virtual. And I am very pleased to be able to welcome you all back to the channel, or, in the case of the newcomers, welcome you fresh to the Guardian Studios experience here on the YouTube channel. We are back at it again, my friends, diving into the world of Galabor, where I have a very important project to undertake and a problem to finally solve. Pardon me, 1 second. There we go. That's not the problem that needed solving. Okay. Okay. Okay, I did not expect. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Some of you guys are probably wondering why I'm laughing at that. So at the end of last session, I was up here at my at the gold farm kill chamber, and there was a wandering trader with his llamas and at least one zombie piglin in here, and I took them out. Apparently apparently my looting effect on my spear gave me the wandering trader's milk bucket. Oh man, the poor guy was just trying to have a drink and I took him down. Oh no. Oh, it shouldn't be that funny. If anything, it should be kind of sad, but it... Pardon me. I have just never had anything like that happen before. The fact that I look in there just to see if there's anything in there at the moment, and that's what I find. It's funny to me. I'm sorry, but it's funny to me. That was funny to me. Hey, Leo. Hey, Leo. Good to see you, man. How you doing? Doing all right? I hope so. And I hope you're ready for some chaos, because we're going to get into some chaos today, I have a feeling. I have a distinct and potent feeling we are going to get into some mayhem and chaos today. I'm glad to hear it. I'm glad to hear you're doing sensational. You ought to be doing sensational. You deserve to be. I am doing pretty good myself. Thank you for asking. Thank you very much for asking. I'm doing pretty good. Had a pretty laid-back kind of a day, I want to say. I mean, probably could have been a better one, but it's been decent. It's been decent. Alright, let's get some building material. Hey, nice! That's awesome, man! Congrats! Good for you, dude. Oh, that's why I wasn't... Okay, that's why that block was still there. Okay. Alright, so you may be wondering what we're about to do. Well, what we're about to do is build the new sorting system for this, for the output of the gold farm. But we're going to be doing it very different this time. We're going to be doing it very different compared to what I had done. just trying to remember how this worked. It was... Okay. So, Hopper would be over there. Okay, so, boop, boop, boom. And do. Now, this may not seem like I'm doing anything major, but this is actually a pretty big deal, what I'm working on here. If I can get this to finally work, I will be able to store all the stuff that will be coming out of this farm, which is important. Be able to organize the stuff, sort the stuff, and work with the stuff to keep it from becoming too much stuff. Yeah, I just said stuff a whole bunch of times. Whoopity-doo-dah, right? Well, that just goes to emphasize how big of a deal this little project is. Put a comparator. Break that. Oh, good. I've got it on Silk Touch. By the way, can everybody hear me okay? Everybody meaning anybody who is currently watching and trying to listen. Can anybody who is doing that hear me okay? I just realized I need to move this thing back a little bit. Okay. I'm gonna move it over because it was too far the other way. That's the wrong direction. Okay, no, don't do that. Do that. Okay. And I'm actually gonna make it so that I've got 6 filters, I think. I feel like that's the better way to go. Okay, blocks there. Remove that. Redstone torches. Redstone dust. Cobble, cobble, and more cobble. And then on top of here, we got redstone dust. There we go. Actually, I think this might be too high up. Well, this is part of why Minecraft is a beautiful game. There's no real penalty for having to tear something down and build it back up if you've got enough materials. I just realized I forgot to turn the volume back up during my previous session. I was running the gold farm to test and make sure if the storage system changes I made at the time were going to work. And I didn't want everybody to have to hear the gold farm at full volume, so I had turned it down. But I forgot to turn it back up, and I have to turn it back up because if I don't, then I can't hear if anything decides to try to sneak up on me and make me go kablooey. And for anybody who doesn't believe it, hey, that's it's important that I be able to hear if I might be about to go kaboom. cobblestone there. Cobblestone there. Redstone torches. Cobblestone. Comparators. Redstone dust. And that is the foundation of the storage. I would like to have it be further that way, except the wall. This wall is the very end of the storage space. If I go beyond that wall, I will be busting open into water. I'll be busting the wall open into water. And I don't want that, so I'm actually gonna push this back a little bit. Pull out some stairs. Now we've got a staircase to work with. There we go. Now I've got stairs to make it so I can do what I need to do. Alright. Let's go ahead and open up a little more room down here. Got that. Goody. Okay. Hopper's going down. Hopper's aiming into cobble, and then Hopper's aiming into... Actually, we can get rid of these hoppers and move them. There we go. Right, now that we've got the hoppers in place, a couple of precautions I need to take. So some of you who saw last session may be wondering, how is he going to fix the storage system? He kept having so much trouble with this. Well, I have realized there was an avenue to making the changes that I needed that I hadn't considered. Namely, doing what we're going to do, which is use water streams to move the items over the filter system. Yeah, that's all that we're going to do. That's all we're going to do, is we're going to change things around so that we are dumping the items into a water stream using a dropper. The water stream is going to push the items along across these hoppers, and then once they go past these hoppers, they'll go into a smelting system that will cook them up, and they'll cook up anything that goes past the filter, because anything that goes past the filter is something we don't need to worry about. Because anything that goes past the filter is something that needs to be smelted. Anything that goes past the filter is just something that needs to be smelted down. In that event, it would most likely be a spear or a sword. I don't think zombie piglins carry any other weapon types. I don't think they carry axes. Which is kind of a good thing, because if they did, oh my goodness, I'd be even more frightened. Because axe crazy, dealing with axe crazy zombie piglins, no, thank you. I would not want to be dealing with that. That would be a nightmare. Plain and simple. A genuine, bona fide nightmare. But you may be asking, if you're so confident this is going to fix the problem, why are you doing two? Why do you have it set up like this? It looks like you're going to have two filters for each thing. Well, I am. Because I believe in redundancy. I believe in redundancy and contingency. Always have a contingency for every possible thing that could go wrong. The main thing that can go wrong with this system, even when we do it, is that the item goes past before the hopper can catch it. So that's why we're doing 2 hoppers for each of the 3 items we need to catch. Those being gold nuggets, gold ingots, and rotten flesh. Hang on a second, guys. I gotta go refill my water. I think I ran out again. Good grief. I am back, and now we can get back to business. Alright, so we got the filters. We're gonna have to prep the filters to handle the items that they're supposed to handle, but I can do that a little later. First thing is first. I need to do something. I'm trying to think, what is it I need to do? I need to get some ice. I need ice. Packed ice, preferably. But I need to go get some of that so that I can put it in as the surface that the water is going to flow over. I also need to then gauge how I want to do the water flows to make sure the items are going to go over the hoppers and hopefully not get stuck. I also need to pick up a dropper, come to think of it. But first priority is going to be getting packed ice. If I don't have any, then I know where I need to go to get some, and that's Snowdrift. Which, Snowdrift is a ways away. It's going to be quite the journey. But it'll be a necessary journey in that event. Only the happy gas could be made faster, it wouldn't be as big of a journey. Alright, what do we got? Is this... Okay, that's regular ice. Do I have any packed ice anywhere? I don't think I do. I have a feeling I didn't bring any back with me from Snowdrift. Oh, wait, what's that? What's that? What's that? That's just ice. Alright, so I may have to craft up some packed ice. Because I can't go searching through all these chests that I've got all over the place. I can't do that. It's gonna take way too long. Yeah, so let's go back out to this chest. I'm gonna grab a bunch of partial stacks. Because I honestly don't know how much this will give me if I get these partial stacks converted. So let's... Oh. Right at half a stack. Cool. Cool. I can dig it. I can roll with that. And I'm going to be using a Silk Touch pick, so I won't lose any if I'm careful. Careful enough, that is. Alright. So... a dropper. What is a dropper? A dropper, I think, is just cobble and redstone. It's a dispenser that takes a bow. And I don't want a dispenser. Dispensers make things act in weird ways depending on what goes through them. Using packed ice, I'll be able to make this thing work out a lot better than if I did any other method. Now, I'll grant, this plan is still going to cause a bit of lag on my world while the farm is running. But that was pretty much going to be the case no matter what I did. There's always going to be a lag issue in a farm like what I'm working with, a gold farm. Because we got the nether portal breaking and reactivating. We got the trident killer running. Those bits are going to cause lag. We got me breaking down the stone in the stone maker. Using the stone smasher. That's going to generate some lag. Having the storage system generate some lag is just going to be a necessary evil, so to speak. some blinking Enderman decided to be a pain in my neck and tossed down a piece of grass right in front of my farm. Hey, Ellison! Good to see ya. How you doing? Doing all right? I hope so. I hope you're doing real good. I just realized there's 2 more things I need, and I don't think I have the materials to make them. Ding dong, you need a quartz, dummy. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to run all the way back, because I just realized I need quartz. Because I need quartz to make a couple of observers. I need to make an observer clock to trigger the dropper so that it'll pump all the items into the water flows and make it all work the way it's supposed to. The things I do for the sake of streamlined organization and easy gold. When I do make the smelting station for the gold farm, though, I am definitely going to have to make sure that it has a deep buffer before it hits the furnaces, because otherwise, if I'm running the thing AFK and the furnace system runs out of fuel, I am going to have a massive storage issue on my hands. So, note to self, make sure, and I'd like you guys to remind me in the event that I forget, make sure to install lots of double chests as a buffer before the furnace system. And when I say lots, I mean lots. Well, thank you for dropping in, Ellison. I appreciate it. I really do. Thank you. Thank you for coming in. Hey, I hope you enjoy the stream for however long you stick around. And if you want to leave it on in the background, then hey, I'm not going to argue with that. Alright, observer. Okay, so I've got everything I need for that part. Now it's just a matter of getting back over there and putting this together. Putting this part together, I should say. But I am going to have to make sure that I can turn off the machine so that I'm not having to hear a whole bunch of clicking when I first come up to the gold farm. The gold farm itself already has some buffers before the filter, but I need to make sure that the buffers will... There will also be buffers at the thing that'll pump out all the items into the water flow. Oh, clever, Ellison. Clever. Alright, yeah. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Alright. Get in here. Go down. So I may end up having to grab a slime ball. We've got to go back again. I kid you not, we need to go back to the house again. I just realized the easiest way... Oh, this is gonna drive me crazy. The easiest way to turn off the a hopper clock is to use a sticky piston with a lever. That way I can just say to myself, pull the lever, guard! Wrong lever! Well, thank you, Ellison. Thank you. Oh, boy. If only the distance I travel in this game could translate to travel that my own body believed it had traveled. I'd be even more fit than I am. But it doesn't work that way. Imagine when the day comes that this kind of thing can be done with VR, where we can actually move ourselves to make the game move. The connection might be lagging. I hope not. Nope, nope, it's not lagging. We are all good. Alright. Oh, okay. Slime block. Slime ball. That has some of the same kind of energy as that one joke from a while back. Butterfly. Now the beautiful thing is I only need one sticky piston. So I just need one slime ball. Now it's just a matter of getting back to the thing and putting everything together and setting up the machine to pump the items out of the farm into the filter and get it all packed up. And then we build the storage down. Way, way deeper down. Because we do not want to have that stuff getting overloaded too quickly. And unfortunately, with the rotten flesh especially, that's probably going to happen. So alternatively, I could always just have the rotten flesh get deleted. Problem is, I can use that rotten flesh to get emeralds from clerics. And at some point, I want to set up trading halls dedicated to each occupation that the villagers can have. One of them will be clerics, and I want to be able to trade a lot with those guys to get a lot of emeralds and then get a lot of redstone. Let's make sure this filter didn't just get a whole bunch of garbage in it. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yep, I had a feeling that had happened. Alright. I've got some glass here, so I can do what I want to do with that. Wait a minute. It's upstairs. The glass is up top side. Yes, I hear you, Mr. Zombie Piglin. Say goodbye. If you didn't get to say goodbye, that is all on you. You ugly, snout-nosed pain in the neck. That's what piglins are, especially the zombie piglins. You can accidentally whack a zombie piglin in the head, and they will be all over you like ugly. They are some ugly somethings. And they will be all over your butt. For no reason. save the fact that you accidentally smacked them when they happened to get in the way of your fist or pickaxe. Most often for me, it's a pickaxe. Okay. So. How are we supposed to do this, you may ask? Let me show you. Let me show you how this works. Picture this. Picture it, if you can. First, a whole chain of chests with hoppers feeding into them, and feeding from them into a hopper. In front of the hopper, there is some ice. And on top of the ice is water, flowing along its merry way across a series of hoppers. Now, as the water goes over the hoppers, the hope is that all the items that the water is carrying that are not golden weapons will get sucked down into the storage system to be stored away indefinitely, perhaps forevermore. Meanwhile, all the golden weapons will go along on top of more ice into a smelting system that will torch the mess into oblivion, smelting it down into usable golden nuggets. That, my friends, is what we are planning to make here. I just have to make sure that it's all gonna work the way I want. And I've got to reconfigure how I was about to set it up, because I was about to do it wrong. Put a bit of cobble there. I'll put some cobble down the way, making us stare down to the level of this darn thing. So, there's the dropper. Dropper facing into where the water shall be. Glass helps to contain it all, to make sure nothing goes where it shouldn't go. We use the beautiful thing we know as hoppers to feed items into the dropper, so that it fills with all we want to put in the system, and all that we don't want to put in the system moves on. Did any of that make any sense to anybody? I hope it did. I apologize for the weird singing, but I got in a mood, and the mood demanded me to sing. Oh, my mind is an enigma. My mind is a mystery wrapped in an enigma and dropped into a hole of chaos and confusion. And if anybody can ever make proper sense of it, please let me know, because I have no idea where I am in this darn thing. I'm kidding. Or am I? No, I am kidding. What I'm not kidding about is getting on with this project. So let's go! Okay. Let us see here. I must prepare the filters. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, that is not 4. What in the world was that? And then bring that up to a count of 18. Do the same here. And here as well. Good. Looking good. We're almost there. And now we divide the gold nuggets between these two stations. Assuming, that is, that I did this right. I think I did. Hey, Payton! Good to see you, my dude. How you doing? Doing alright? I hope so, man. I hope you're doing real good, man. Trying to get this thing set up so that it will be ready. Boop, ba-doop. I need signage. I'm going to need signage to help make this work. Because that's not going to be enough water flow. Up we go. Up, 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 up. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum, ba-da-bum-bum-bum. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum, ba-da-da-da-dum. Ba-bum-bum-ba-dum-ba-dum. Da-da-dum-dum-dum, da-da-da-da-dum. Dum-da-da-da-da-dee-da-dum. I had it facing the wrong way. Hum, 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 hum. Hum 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 hum. Oh, jeez, that is cold. That is extremely cold. Wow. Huh. It said that? That's way too cold. Oh. What did it put out? A nugget. Good. Good, that's what it was supposed to put out next. Sweet. And then we just need a lever for the sticky piston. Lots of buffer space before it reaches the dropper. So we've got plenty of room for the dropper to get backed up in the event that it isn't pumping the stuff out fast enough. See? That's what I meant by it not being enough. I need to put a sign or something here to block the water flow. I don't think I can do a button. Can I do a button? I'm gonna try a button. But if the water breaks it, then I know I need to do something else. I can use a button! Sweet! Misalikaris! Yes, I just did that quote. Oh, you thought it was nice and warm! I just saw what you said about the cold and all that. You thought it was nice and warm. At that temperature in Fahrenheit? My dude. What are you? I'm playing around, but I am also curious. How in the world are you finding that warm? Or are you being sarcastic? If you are being sarcastic, then that makes sense. If not, then, again, I ask, what in the world are you? Okay. It's time to bring back the furnace array. Yeah! And if you think I'm kidding, you don't know me very well, it would seem. So, we need a chest right there, and a chest right there. We need a hopper, a chain of hoppers. Run the chest right there. Is that 8? That's 8. As sure as a gate. Put those there to hold the place. Hoppers in line. To hole to fill the space. Furnaces. Lots of them. Boop, 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 boom, bum, bum, boom, bum. And then hoppers on top of those. Boop, 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 boom, bum, boom. I think a Trident Man just tried to attack a wandering trader man. Or he might be trying to attack me. Hold on. Is it nighttime? Heading into it. Hey you, what do you got for sale? Anything good? Not really, no. Stinks to be you then. I know he'd been hit by something else, but I, for a split second there, was like, oh my gosh, I took him out in one hit. I hear a zombie piglin. Get out. Begone, doofus! Huh. Wow. I would say your family has been everywhere. Because that's a lot of origins. It's actually kind of fascinating. In fact, it is very fascinating. Yeah, apparently. Built for the cold indeed. And now we finish the trick. Dibida, dabida, dome. I just had a mental snag here. And I'll explain it in just a second. How do I get it to go? I gotta move the furnaces and everything down one more block. And I say that because I gotta be able to get the items to go around the turn. Right now, they can't. Just enough glass to finish the job. How do you like them apples? Apple. Might have to get myself a snack after stream is done. Still run the rail to feed the fuel in, but you would need extra hoppers and chests. Pie. Never really been a big fan of most pies. Now, chocolate pie. That's good. But all the other kinds of pie, for some reason, I've never been able to really stomach it. I don't know why. It's a strange and unusual trait about me that has confused me for quite some time. Oh well. So, now we can put in the water for sending the stuff across the furnaces. I think it should all be able to go across. Tick, 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 ding! I have an idea. Need one more bucket of water. Tick, 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 tick. Boom! That's my mind about to be ballooned by actually making this work. Tell you what, let's give it a run. Wow. Okay, I'm already happy. I'm happy with this. But I want to test what happens when a weapon is in the system. Goes along and gets caught up in the first hopper. Yes! Oh, it works! It works! It works! It seems to work! I should curb my enthusiasm. The true test is going to be if it still works while the whole farm is running. Because if it does not, then we clearly have some kinks to work out. But if it does, oh mamma mia, I'm happy. Just for some reason that just made me laugh. Good one, Paynon. Just had to think outside the composter. Yeah, that's a good one. There we go. We've expanded that storage as well. There is one more thing I want to do. I've got to have better consistency in collecting all the cobble and all the stone that's going to be coming from the stone maker, from the stone smasher. So now we should be properly prepared for a beta test. And you know what? I'm looking forward to this. I am. I'm excited to test this. To test and see if all that we have done will make it work the way we want it to. If it does not, I am going to go crazy. Just a little heads up on that. If it doesn't work, I'm probably going to go nuts. But before we can beta test, I do have one more thing I need to do. I just remembered. We actually still have one last thing we need to attend to. Namely, we need to get the furnaces fueled. I'm glad I remembered it before I put everything away. Or rather, before I started trying to make it work. Wouldn't have been so good if I had started trying and then found it wasn't working. Now, we have learned from our mistakes, have we not? Namely, the fact that we cannot use a hopper cart in this system. It will suck up the golden weapons when it shouldn't. So make it so that I've got lots of room for storing and putting in fuel. I know there's a way to make a simple minecart loader that will work for my needs. Give me 1 second here, guys, while I try to figure that out. Minecart loader. I'm looking to see if I can find the simplest minecart loader. That I know will actually work. Aha! I have found the design. I found the design that I was looking for. So, comparator. Redstone dust. Repeater. That's the wrong thing. That's the right thing. So if I take this out, if there's nothing in the system, away goes the minecart. But if there is anything flowing in the system, it'll stop the minecart in its tracks. Now, is this guaranteed to keep it all evenly distributed? No. But that's not the point. The point is not even distribution. It is consistency. Consistent distribution. And we will have a small problem in the fact that eventually, if there's too much in here, then this thing is never going to turn off. But all I gotta do is load it up with enough fuel that it can keep running for a while. And then I'm all good. And the beautiful thing is, when it goes over the hoppers, that is even distribution. That gives us even distribution, for sure. Now, if I can add a circuit to make it so that if this is, if the chest cart is full, it'll still take off. Now that would be extra nice. I'll have to see if I can do that. I probably can. I can probably figure out a circuit like that real simple. Again, this is not necessarily the most I will say this is not likely to be the most fuel-efficient way of doing this, but it's effective, and that's what I'm worried about right now. I want a system that will keep pumping the stuff out as needed. It'll keep the gold weapons getting smelted like they're supposed to be, and contain all the stuff that's supposed to go in these chests. Which I do need to expand that storage a bit. Matter of fact, I'm thinking I might go ahead and do double chests in all these 6 spots. So let's pop that there. It's just, as I was sitting here thinking, I realized I probably want to make it so that I've got at least a double chest for each spot, because I gotta make sure this thing will be able to store a lot. I'll end up having to come back with more chests later, but this way I've got a start on the storage situation. And what's really beautiful is if I play my cards right, I could end up setting up a bamboo. Enough gold yet for what I wanted the gold for? I do not think so. I do not think so. I'm gonna need a ton of gold. 'Cause I need to make... I'm gonna need a powered rail line. Ow! Oh, pardon me. That's almost 6,000, almost 6,000 blocks long. So assuming it's 6,000 blocks long, I need about 6,000... Let's say that's a guesstimation, but 6,000 gold ingots in order to be able to make the rail line that I need to make. So, doing a quick breaking out the calculator real quick, just to make sure I don't mess this up. What that means is I need 667 gold blocks in order to cover that. It's a lot of gold blocks. That's a lot of gold. I may end up having to add in some kind of automatic compacting system down here to turn all the gold nuggets from the golden weapons into golden ingots and then into golden blocks, but making such a system that is fully automatic is not exactly easy. So we know we need 6,000 ingots. That's the main takeaway. Portals, not as good as the way shrines, but better than nothing. Come again? What you talking about? I'm a little confused. Are you saying there's an add-on that can make it so you have portals to get from one part of your world to another? I mean, it would kind of defeat the purpose of what I'm aiming for, but at the same time, options would be nice. if I knew this was a vanilla-friendly thing. And here's the question. Is it an add-on that's on the marketplace? If it's on the marketplace, great! I can look into it. If not, then I'm not sure if I'll be able to use it, because right now, Galabor is on PlayStation. I wish it was already set up to be able to be played on other devices, but right now I don't really have the capability of setting that up. Sorry, I just decided I wanted to attack those guys once I saw them. You look like Bedrock on PlayStation? So it's on the marketplace? Is that what I'm hearing? Correct me if I am mistaken, by all means, but is it? Is that what you're saying? That it is on the marketplace? Because if it is, then you may have just revealed to me that there is an add-on that I'm going to end up having to try to get at some point. Because I'm not kidding. It would be nice to be able to have the portal thing. Oh, I would appreciate that so much. Once you've got the name, I would appreciate if you would let me know what it is, because I would like to know. Like I said, I would like to have the option of using something like that. Cross-location portals. Portals that can take me from one part of my world to another quickly would be nice. Even if it was a matter of they're a very end game thing. That's fine. Because I know I'm still going to do these projects, but being able to go back and forth a little quicker when I am working on a project and just want to go grab specific items from another part of the world where I know those items would be, that would be fantastic. So this is why I just turned the volume on the game down, because I knew it was going to be loud. This is me basically putting the thing through its paces a little bit, trying to beta test it. It's not a very serious beta test, but it's a beta test. Obviously, this thing does really good at giving us XP. And the Stone Smasher, we're getting a lot of stone and cobble, because it's not making regular stone every single time for some reason. But the more I use this thing, the more we're going to find out if it can handle the golden weapons efficiently. Although I just realized I'm going to need to move things around again at some point, because there's still one flaw. I was going to put in a buffer system at the furnaces, so that the furnace array has storage to catch all the weapons. Because I don't want to risk the weapons going to waste. You know what I mean? go downstairs and see. Oh! It helps to turn it on, doesn't it? It helps to turn on the storage part. Well, the catching is working. The filter is definitely catching all the nuggets. Which is good. That's a big concern. The furnaces caught the weapons. Waystones. Waystones. Huh. So someone actually made the Waystones thing from Java into a thing for Bedrock? Okay, I may have to look into that. Because I like the Waystones mod on Java. There's an add-on like it on Bedrock. I may have to look into that. Turn the game back up. There we go. Alright, so we know the system works, for sure. This is working pretty good. As long as I can keep it fueled... Ah! Yeah, there goes the pain in the neck. Of course, they're not free. Well, I may still look into them at some point. If not now, then down the road. I'll probably end up looking into them down the road at some point. But it's good to know they exist. It is good to know that they exist. I don't often look into the add-ons as much as I could, so I didn't know about them. Now that I do, it's good to know about them. So thank you for letting me know about them, Payton. If I can set up the right kinds of farms, automatic farms, I can get all the fuel I'll ever need for this, and then these things will never run out of fuel, and I should be good on that front. The thing that concerns me now about this whole setup is the rotten flesh. I'm not too worried about gold ingots. Gold ingots don't come nearly as fast as the gold nuggets. Nuggets! I can figure out a way to make that work out to my advantage. These four, I'll just increase the storage capacity. This, I'll probably end up breaking it back down to just one double chest, and then have it all get pumped into a cactus or something. Because, really, thinking on it, I've got another farm that does rotten flesh outputs. The drowned farm. Might as well get my rotten flesh from there. Or just from hunting monsters myself. Either way, I still win. But I needed a way to make sure all this gold would get managed. So yeah, I'll expand the storage, and I'll be able to do some AFK sessions where I can stock up on a boatload of gold, and I'll just have to make sure that I fill this thing up with a ton of fuel when I get the moment. Actually, I've got one option for a bunch of fuel that just popped back into my head. There is a ton of kelp around here. I could bring my allays over, break a ton of the kelp, excuse me, flatten out an area under the water, and then farm the kelp here, and have them help me fill up some storage with kelp. Feed it to the furnaces down there, and then as it's cooked up, just turn it into dried kelp blocks, and boom, infinite fuel. I know, I'm talking through things that probably don't mean a whole lot to everybody, but this is stuff that I need to consider for this build. Because again, I'm going to be going to try to get 6,000 gold. 6,000 gold ingots. That's a lot. That's a lot of gold. Of course, that also means I'm going to need 1,000 redstone dust. But honestly, redstone dust is so easy to get. You just go mining for like 30 minutes and you'll have a stack of redstone blocks if you're fortunate with a Fortune 3 pick. So, that is going to do it for this session, everybody. I hope you all enjoyed the stream. I might be back later tonight with another session. Not going to promise it, though. We will see what happens. But before I close down completely, I do want to issue a little heads up to some of the people around the USA. There is some severe weather. I know there's some severe weather coming over the weekend that's about to start. I would just like to give a little a little PSA to anybody who happens to watch my channel. If you haven't heard about it on the eastern side of things, on the eastern side of the country, please, everybody, stay safe out there, okay? Because there is some weather coming. And there's no being sure how bad it could get. So, stay safe, be prepared. Hope that it ends up not being a big deal, but stay safe. With that out of the way, I'm going to go ahead and say now, thank you everybody so much for watching the stream. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please be sure to leave likes, comments, subscribe if you haven't done it yet. Check out the About page for links to other pages where you'll find more content and more ways to support the channel. Share the channel with your friends. It would help me out way more than you realize. And don't forget to smack that notification bell. You know the one. You know the one. Does that big old ding? So that you won't miss the next stream or video. And with that being said, guys, thank you once again for watching. I am JGuard01, your guide, your bard, and your humble host into the worlds virtual. And I'll see you all next time, right here on Guardian Studios. Bye!